Hey there, Gemini. This is Royal Blue here to do a general reading for you for March 2021. And the energy that you're going to be dealing with come March 2021 is the time machine. Time machine. And I'm going to read to you what time machine is saying to you for March 2021. We rely on stories we inherit from our ancestors, our families, our culture, and the world around us to construct a map of our reality. As we develop new stories in life, we build on those old foundations, repair them when we can, or tear them down to begin again. The best and most powerful traits and experiences of your ancestors are yours to integrate into your life so you don't have to revisit their hardships or rectify their mistakes. You have a magical map with which to navigate your current circumstances. Look to the past for answers now. Sometimes you walk blindly into traps set in the past. Perhaps you couldn't see that you were repeating a pattern until you were well in it. The best course of action here is to rest, practice self-compassion, and make a conscious choice to do something differently next time. Clarity will come. Remember that if you do what you always did, you'll get what you always got. History repeats itself only if you allow it. The most important thing is that you are becoming aware. You can make a different choice regarding how you respond to life right now. Yes, things can be awkward and uncomfortable as old hurts are revealed and new solutions are attempted. The time is ripe for change, so keep going. Every step is important. Allies will rally, but in the end, you are the one who you've been searching for. One day you will remember how your beautiful new story was just around the corner. So we may want to revert back into time. Consciously or subconsciously. Sometimes our ancestors come to remind us of what they went through to get you to where you are right now. So be grateful that you don't have to repeat what they've been through. You can break generational curses. You don't have to go through those experiences. It's not necessary. And you've already learned the lessons just by knowing your history. You can honor the past without being trapped there, if that makes sense. All right, let's see what the next card has for you. The Lunar Queen. She of the celestial crescent. See the moon in the background? The moon is illuminating the Lunar Queen. She rules the moon. All right, let's see what Lunar Queen has to say. All right, let me find it here. There is a deep feminine wisdom that recognizes the importance of cycles of rest and replenishment as essential balancing to our action of power and demonstration. You are asked to allow this replenishment for yourself now. Trust that you are in a cycle of creation that is about to shift into a new phase. Release and enjoy the process without having to control or force it. Isis, as Lunar Queen, understands the cycles of creative power and flow, just like the moon has creative power, and the energy of the moon flows into the oceans, the waters. It rules the tides, the ebbs, and the way that water flows. Sometimes it can be hard to let go of a desire to force, control, and make things happen, to exert might and willpower to bring what you wish for into being by sheer determination, exertion, and force. Yet the vast creative power of the feminine principle is in honoring and flowing with cycles of activity and rest, of releasing force and surrendering into the perfection of what is happening right now, realizing that this actually brings us divine manifestation and creation more effortlessly and gracefully to greater effect. The celestial crescent is the moon in her changing form. This oracle comes to you at a time when you are shifting from one phase in your spiritual and creative journey into a new phase. This is a time to pay deep attention to the message of your body and allow them to guide you. Do you need to balance your activity with more rest? Do you need to be actively creating, but from a more relaxed and allowing rather than demanding or forceful mental state? Or is it time for you to spring into action once more? Has the time come to take a step forward? Pay attention to any other card that you draw with the Lunar Queen to more fully understand which phase is most appropriate for you now. And we're going to see what the next card says in a minute. These cards will help you connect with your inner wisdom and the guidance of your own body wisdom for the greatest timing and unfoldment of your manifestation. Remember, sometimes more time in the oven prevents an undercooked meal. Sometimes we just need to wait a little longer. The quiet times are dark moon energies, the times when you will sense from your inner wisdom, your body wisdom, that you are in need of replenishing and percolation. The other times when you feel the inner oven timer has rung and it's time to get that delicious meal on the table, your body will urge you to dance, to act, to communicate, to be bold and take steps. These are full moon energies, and tonight is a full moon. If you pay attention to lunar cycles, tonight in the early morning of tomorrow is the full moon. You can see it around 3 o'clock in the morning. This one is going to be the brightest. Okay? This oracle is also a reminder that this feminine wisdom is not widely accepted in Western culture as yet, with its distorted view of what constitutes productive behavior. The Lunar Queen is quite a radical. You will need to really believe in your own wisdoms and give yourself great support and trust your own body wisdom, and as you learn to operate in this more intuitive, flexible, responsive, feminine way. The oracle tells you that Lady Isis and the spiritual guidance that cares for you completely encourages and supports you in being strong and giving yourself absolute permission to rest when needed, to honor your creative cycles for greatest productivity and quality. If you have been wanting to create something or feel frustrated in your creative enterprise, the Lunar Queen Oracle also contains the message for you that something creative is within you and wanting to emerge. It is stirring in your unconscious and soon will be reflected more clearly back to you, and you shall be able to act. But for now, have patience. There can be much inner work required before the relatively swift outer work of bringing the creative impulse into form even begins. Such is the natural creative flow at times. If you are already in the flow and want to know if this is the time to really let go and shine, like the gorgeous full moon, the answer is yes. Trust and know that you are being guided by your own inner wisdoms and supported by she of the celestial crescent, the Lunar Queen, Lady Isis. So this is your time to shine like the moon. The moon is always shining, whether it's day or night. Time is of the essence for you. Get creative. Connect to your intuition. Trust your gut feelings about the way your life is headed. All right? And the next card is Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. And let's see what Queen of Cups is saying to you. Intuition comparable to the High Priestess. The Queen of Cups rules your intuition, compassion, and love. She is an emotionally stable woman who rules fairly from the heart. Empathetic with healthy boundaries, the Queen of Cups asks you to show compassion and love to others, emotional well-being. The element of water flows strong but steady in her court, and also allows constant and effortless flow. We just talked about the flow of life through the Lunar Queen. Artistic endeavors express themselves with ease, reflecting your state of high creativity and imagination. We just talked all about being creative. This is your time to be creative. Come up with something new, something different, something artistic, something attractive. All right? Artistic endeavors express themselves with ease, reflecting your state of highly creativity and imagination. Dreamer with psychic insights, the Queen of Cups heals past wounds with doses of tender-hearted kindness. Listen to your intuition, which I asked you to do previously, and make your emotional needs a priority. Allowing self-expression is the greatest gift you could give, not only yourself, but also to the universe. Trust your intuition once again. Be in control of your emotions. Don't let them get the best of you, because it can ruin your creative flow. But then, on the other hand, it can enhance your creative flow depending on the situation and depending on what you're trying to create for yourself as well as the universe. All right? All right, Gemini, let's see what your next card has to say. And we have transformation. Transformation. And let's see what transformation is saying to you. A time of endings is close at hand. Don't resist the abrupt changes that are suddenly happening in your life. These could be taking place in your personal life, relationships, business, or career. You have the strength, as the transformation card asks you to have courage and to know that renewal follows every conclusion. This card comes forth to remind you that the death of an old way of thinking and believing must occur before you can move forward on your new path. You might try to go back in time without even knowing it. But you're steadily moving forward. You're going with the flow of life. All right? Transformation is all about ebb and flow of life cycles. I just was telling you that. Nothing in this life remains motionless. Everything is on its way to somewhere. Accept the changes, and opportunity will come to expand you in more ways than you could ever imagine. You can't live in the past. We talked about that, living in the past. It's time to move on. In order to take the next positive step, you should look closely at your own life. When you do so, you'll have a stronger, more reinforced foundation to carry you through to the beginnings that await you. So this transformation has to happen for you to move on to the next phase of your life. Not going back into the past, but looking forward towards your future. Transformation is inevitable. We all have to go through it one way or the other. All right, and let's see what the next card has to say. Partnerships and alliances. People are there to help you in whatever capacity that you need it. And I'm going to read to you what partnerships and alliances is saying to you. The meaning of this card denotes that you're now starting to see the fruits of your labor take seed and blossom. There may be still a lot to do, but watch out for synchronicities, which could bring opportunities to form connections or unexpected alliances that may create something new. There we go, talking about creating something again. This is all about you being creative, Gemini. This could assist you in gathering resources for future projects. With all partnerships, always remember that there has to be an even exchange of energy. If you give too much, whereas your partner gives too little, it will leave you feeling energetically drained and cause potential disharmony in the union. There must be overall balance within the alliance in order for it to work and blend together for optimum results. This card reminds you that success comes in many forms, even from the most unlikely sources. Have an open mind when listening to others. There are people there to help you, like I said. They're here to help you transform into what you are meant to be. And that is a creative force. Keep your emotions in check as you create. Know why you're having the emotions that you have as you create. Whether you're crying or you're happy or you're sad, what's making you that way? What is it about what you're doing that brings about such passion that comes from you? All right, let's see what the Romance Angel card has to say, which is your last card. And it says, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Pay attention to the red flags, knowing that some people are not for your highest good for whatever reason. You may have to experience some things with them to find out what those reasons are. Don't make past mistakes. Learn from them. You shouldn't have to keep going through things to get it. Just know that each experience teaches us a lesson. So pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you to know who you're connected to and the reasons why. Just pay attention. Pay attention to everything that's going on around you, because it can affect you negatively or positively. Either way, it's affecting you. All right? So that's all I have for you, Gemini. And I'll see you next time. Peace.